Hello, North Street School. My name is Laura Often, and I am your chair of your school committee. And I have been on the school committee for 7 years. It's an elected position, so I've had to run for office, and hopefully your families have voted for me. And what I do on the school committee is I work with Mr. Wilshire and Ms. Lape and Dr. Cummings and Ms. Kalo, and I help to make the schools as great as they are. So we work with the budget to try to advocate for as much money as we can for your schools. We come up with some policies that make sure that you're safe and they're fair, and that we're bringing the best school that we can for you. It's a pleasure to be on the committee. I love North Street School. Both of my kids went through here. My daughter Lily is now in 9th grade, and my son Cooper, who maybe some of you know, just went into middle school. So we miss North Street School a lot, and I'm super glad to be here today. I love Community Reading Day too, because reading is one of my favorite activities, and I have loved to read since I was a very little girl. And one of the reasons why I love to read so much was this series called the Sweet Pickles series that came out when I was very young. This book was written in 1978, and it was a thing where you could get them in the mail, and they had 26 books, one for each letter of the alphabet. And you would wait and get them in the mail, and it was a huge deal, and my family loved them. So this one has survived multiple moves, and it's, I think, the only one I have, and I wanted to share the Sweet Pickles with all of you because I loved it so much as a kid. And each animal had a very different personality, and then the story would be about their personality, and there's always a lesson. So let's find out and learn today about Hippo. Obviously, he's for H, and he jogs for health. And one of the things I loved was in the beginning, they had all the different animals, and then at the end, it had the little Sweet Pickles map. And I used to always pretend that I was a sweet pickle, and I was lying for Laura, because that's my first name, and that I lived in the apartment. And I spent hours with these books. So again, I'm very excited to share one of my childhood loves with you. So, Hippo Jogs for Health, written and illustrated by Richard Hefter. All right, here we go. Hup, huff, panted Hippo as he jogged past Goose's house very early in the morning. Goose was sleeping in her hammock. She opened one eye. "You're up early," said Hippo. Goose opened the other eye. "Oh, what?" she yawned. "Early? It's not early. It's only evening, and I haven't had my supper yet." "Silly goose," smiled Hippo. "You must have fallen asleep here last night because it's very early in the morning now." "Oh dear," sighed Goose. "If it's morning, I suppose I should think about eating breakfast pretty soon." "Quite right," smiled Hippo, "but there's nothing healthier than a fast jog before breakfast." "A what?" yawned Goose. "A good bracing jog," laughed Hippo. "A healthy run, a nice stiff trot. There is nothing like it for a healthy body and a healthy mind. See, it says so right here in this booklet." "Oh, what's that?" yawned Goose again. "Jogging for Health," said Hippo proudly. "It's the latest selection from my health book of the Week Club. Here's one for you." Hippo handed Goose a little book. "Is that anything like the Carrot Juice for Health book you gave me last week?" asked Goose. "Carrot juice is okay," said Hippo, "but jogging is really healthy for you." "But when you gave me the Carrot Juice book, you told me that was really healthy for you," said Goose. "And before that, you gave me a book on headstands for health. And before that, it was yogurt and yoga. And before that, it was—" "Yes, yes," snorted Hippo, "but this is the latest thing. This is jogging. And jogging is the real answer. Come jog with me, and I'll make a new goose out of you." "I'd like to," said Goose, but I'm still thinking about the yogurt and yoga. And besides, it's almost time for breakfast. Maybe I'll come along tomorrow. Hippo started to run in place. Huff, 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 huff. Tomorrow, mumbled Goose, and she rolled over and went back to sleep. Huff, 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 huff. Hippo jogged off. Rabbit was hanging the wash as Hippo came by. Good morning, Rabbit, shouted Hippo. How about joining me for a nice, healthy jog? No time for jogging, said Rabbit, looking at his watch. Too much to do. Have to stay on schedule. You should fit jogging into your schedule, puffed Hippo. Jogging gives you a healthy body and a healthy mind. Here, read this. Hippo tossed a booklet to Rabbit. I'll read it next Wednesday evening, said Rabbit. I'm busy until then. Huff, huff, said Hippo. That's a long time to wait for a healthy body and a healthy mind. Hippo turned around and jogged on. He passed Elephant's house. Hey, Elephant, he shouted. Want to come for a jog? It's really healthy for you. No thanks, smiled Elephant, but you look tired. Why don't you stop and have some breakfast with me? I can't stop, snorted Hippo. Jogging is the latest and the greatest. Here, read this. Hippo jogged up 4th Street and down Main Street. He jogged across the bridge over the water. He jogged around the dump and over the old bridge and up to Park Avenue. Huff, huff, he puffed. This sure is healthy. Hippo jogged around the medical center and past the Tower Apartments. Puff, puff, he huffed. Everybody should do this. Hippo passed Camel. Look out, he shouted. She shouted, wet cement. Hippo jumped out of the way. Hey there, Camel, he panted. How about a healthy jog? Camel looked up at Hippo. His face looked hot. His eyes were bulging. He could hardly catch his breath. You don't look so healthy, said Camel. But jogging is puff, puff, very healthy, gasped Hippo. And I've been jogging for 3.5 hours. I think it would be healthier, warned Camel, to stop for now. You never know when to stop. Last week you almost drowned in a tub of carrot juice, and before that it took a crane to stop your 2-day headstand, and before that. But Camel, interrupted Hippo, jogging builds a healthy body and a healthy mind. It's the latest and the greatest. He huffed and he puffed and he kept on jogging. He jogged up 5th Street. He jogged across Main Street. He jogged down Center Street and back onto Park Avenue. Huff, huff, puff, gasped Hippo. Puff, huff, huff, puff. Hippo sank down on the sidewalk and collapsed. Everyone rushed over. You look sick, shouted Rabbit. Sick? Oh no, groaned Hippo. I've never been healthier. I've been jogging. Jogging builds a healthy body and a healthy mind. It says so right here in this book. And that is the end of Hippo Jogs for Health. Do you think what Hippo did was very, very healthy? While jogging, of course, is a wonderful way to get some exercise, and eating healthy is a great way to be healthy. You shouldn't overdo it on anything and do it only as your body can handle. So hopefully Hippo will learn his lesson. Not sure he did in this book. And I hope you enjoy being introduced to some Sweet Pickles characters. When you go home tonight, check in with your family or your guardians and see if they remember sweet pickles from their childhood. I hope you all have a great day and keep reading. And thanks for having me come and read a story to you.